watching me. Smart cat. "I'm going in," I told him, and placed my flyer on a console table in the hallway. "Wish me luck." Aunt Rowe kept up her performance for a bit, then slowed and took off her hat before wiping her damp forehead with a shirt sleeve. She caught sight of me. "Turn that off, Helen," she told the woman nearest her, who punched her cell phone. The song cut off. "What do you think, Sabrina?" I shrugged. "I'm speechless, Aunt Rowe. What are you doing?" "Practicing my lasso skills," she said. "Lasso? What the heck?" "She's gonna need a lot more practice before she's ready," said Pearl Hogan, whom I knew well from frequent visits to her candy store in town, Sweet Stop. "We all will." "Practice for what?" "Lavender's Senior Pro Rodeo," Helen said. "Which color shirt do you like better, Sabrina? Purple like Rose or this red one?" She picked up a red long-sleeved shirt from the table, stood, and slipped it on over her floral blouse. "I'm partial to the red." She turned to the left, the right, then twirled to show off the shirt. I prided myself on my cognitive ability, but they had lost me back at lasso. "What on God's green earth are you ladies talking about?" I said. "What rodeo?" The fourth member of the group, quiet until now, spoke up. Adele Davis had attended high school with Aunt Rowe, and they'd been friends ever since. I had only recently met the woman after she returned from touring Europe with her husband. "You've never been to the Lavender Rodeo?" she said. I shook my head. Not only had I never been, but I was generally opposed to any event that mistreated animals in any way, shape, or form. I couldn't imagine a rodeo as an animal-friendly place. "Sabrina's a writer," Pearl said. "Literary types don't hang out at rodeos. They prefer bookstores, libraries, candy stores." She winked at me. I turned to my aunt, who was busy unbuttoning the purple shirt she'd tried on over her clothes. "There's a rodeo for seniors in Lavender?" I said. "Not exactly," Adele answered. "The rodeo has been going on for 20 years or more, first Friday of the month, but they're holding the first senior night 3 weeks from now." "And we're going to perform," Aunt Rowe said. "You're looking at Team Flowers." Helen, who ran a tailoring business out of her home, said, "I'm going to embroider the team name on the shirt pocket and the name of our sponsor on back. Around the World Cottages." "You're doing this for the publicity, Aunt Rowe?" I said. "Wouldn't it be cheaper, not to mention safer, to buy an ad in the rodeo program?" "Program schmogram," Aunt Rowe said. "We're in this for the fun and the excitement, right, girls?" "Right," her friends said in unison. I didn't want to be a spoilsport, but these women ranged in age from mid-60s to early 70s and would fit in better at the Red Hat Society. I couldn't imagine them performing in any capacity at a rodeo. I glanced at a near-empty pitcher on a side table and surveyed the women's drinking glasses. It was a little early in the day for Aunt Rowe's legendary Texas tea, a potent beverage containing several types of alcohol. I decided not to ask about their drinking at the moment. I had another question on my mind. "Are you sure the Senior Pro Rodeo isn't for seniors who performed as rodeo professionals at some point in their lives?" I said. Pearl said, "I did some barrel racing back in high school." "What was that, like 50 years ago?" I wanted to say more, but I clamped my mouth shut. Sounded like this senior rodeo fell at the end of July, a scorching hot Texas July, with temperatures dropping to 90 at night if we were lucky. Who in their right mind would want to ride in a dusty rodeo arena under those circumstances? I'd learned enough about my aunt in the months since moving to Lavender from Houston to realize it was best to ignore the whole thing and hope she came to her senses before the date arrived. "I need to get back to my writing, ladies," I said. "Good luck with your practice. Oh, and by the way, I'm with Aunt Rowe. I prefer the purple shirt." I walked out before my true opinion about their crazy plan could slip from my lips. Hitchcock was nowhere in sight as I grabbed my flyer from the table. I went to the kitchen in hopes of finding Glenda, but she wasn't there. The oven timer...